Let's see. Dadgummit, it's doing it again. Let's see here. Give me just a moment. There we go. That's a little bit better. Still got a little bit out there, but it's not too bad. All right. Hey, we're gonna change gears today. I had a I had an experience overnight that I found frustrating, and um, yeah. Um, so let's see. I'm a little off the cuff. Just a little off the cuff. So let's see. Let's think here. So yeah, I should use my words, huh? Right. If you follow me online, if you follow me on Twitter, you follow me on LinkedIn, you know I've been trying to set up a mastermind group to like bring some folks in and to kind of get together and talk about our problems and help one another. And also to do some coding together, right? And so I'm sitting there and I'm frustrated because um, for a couple of reasons. Um, my first frustration is that, um, and so I'm using Zapier, right? And Ticket Tailor is my box office, and I'm uh, getting people together to meet on Zoom. And so I'm immediately frustrated because the only thing I can do is just dump all of Ticket Tailor into one Zoom meeting. That's the way it works. And so the way that I get to change is like I can't have two things up at once with this direct integration because it all goes to one. And so I'm frustrated, and I'm a developer. I'm thinking, hmm. And I find actually they have a different connector. They have a thing you can put in the middle. It's called paths. It makes so much sense because you can route requests based upon the contents of the data. Wow. So what this enables is you can have a specific take a Taylor request and go to a specific Zoom meeting. I mean, wow, it's almost like programming, right? But it's no code. And so I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, oh, this is cool. And I go to the trouble to um, get this set up, and I'm thinking, oh, hey, it's let me do it. This is great. And I set it up for one that I want to do Friday for the 24th, and and I go through and I test it and everything, and it works, and yeah, that's really cool. And I go through and I do another one for the 27th, the Monday, that following Monday, and I was like, oh, yeah, um, and then I I went to publish it, and the first thing it said was, uh, "Hey man, this is going to be your second Zap, and so we're going to have to charge you some money." I think is what it said. Frankly, I should have read the message better. And I thought, actually, this will be useful. I don't mind giving them a couple bucks. Let's see what it is. And I looked at it, and it's like, no, let's see. I can do it for 24, $25 a month if I pay annually. don't know where this is going. And let's see. So if I pay monthly, it's like $30. Fine, I'll give them $30, and we'll see what it does this month. And if it turns out that I can actually get people to come to these events, well, it'll be worthwhile because it'll be really nice that when somebody buys a ticket, it sets them up in Zoom. I don't have to worry about it. They're taken care of. They have good experience. I have good experience. And it's a business expense. It comes right out of the business account, right? And so whatever, it's worth that. I mean, I'd rather give for what they're doing at that price point. I'd rather give it to them than give it to the government in the form of taxes. So sure, I make the payment. I come back and I try to save my Zap again, and it says, "Oh, you got to upgrade your account." And I thought, okay, I just did that. I bet that they didn't update the state of my logged in state, right? Hmm. Okay, so let me refresh. Okay, that didn't work. Let me log out and back in. That didn't work. I'm sitting there thinking, I upgraded it. It said upgrade. I upgraded. I gave them $30, and so far I've got nothing out of it. I get to looking, and because I'm using the Paths connector, it's like I have to go for the professional tier. It's not enough that I've given them money and I'm in the starter tier. I have to be on the professional tier, and that is like $80 a month. Look at it, and it just starts making me really angry, really freaking angry. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, just because I use this thing that gave me a switch case in this integration, it's $80 a month. I mean, because I'm looking at something that, first of all, I'm going to do it for free, right? I'm not making anything off of it. And I'm probably going to process, like, I don't know, 40 requests, right? So let's say I did 80 requests. It's a buck a request. It's just really, the more I think about it, just making me angrier and angrier. And so I said, well, screw this. I'm not doing that. And this can't be a hard problem to solve. So I think that I should just solve this problem, and maybe even somebody else wants this, right? So I can do it for me, and then um, maybe maybe they find value in it too. So let's see. We'll see how far my angst goes in doing this. But um, yeah, that's what's on my mind today. And let me see here. I want to arrange things a little bit. I really am coming in pretty rough today. I'm sorry, because I'm not organized at all. What are you doing? There you go. My goodness, what a pain in the butt. I hate it when things. I'm so used to being able to like double click like the top of the bar of the window, and it expands to the full size on Macs. And some things aren't behaving that way lately. Sometimes. Let's see. So I'm going to go through. Part of this may not be code, but that's. I mean, you're welcome to stick around. I hope it's useful to you. It's what I'm going to go through to think about what I'm doing, and you'll find it useful or you won't, and that's okay, because this is about software development, and software development isn't just about code. Okay, let's see here. Now, let's throw you over there. What else is over here that I don't want to? Okay, yes. Oh, yes, okay. Yeah. All right, minimize code craft. What is this? I'm trying to get a Miro set up here for us. Project. Let me just create a new project for this. All right. we'll do a new board. And where are we going to start at? We're going to start with, let's start with, um, let's start with the stories, of course. Start with the story map. And so, aha! OBS is really ticking me off too. I don't know why it does this, but what you're seeing right there is not what I am seeing here, even though it should be. I find that very frustrating. And I don't really know how to refresh it apart from getting out of OBS and coming back in. And that really is a thing. That really bothers me. There's no way. Oh, okay. Yeah. There's that. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Um, Good grief, Charlie Brown. I'm sorry, this is really frustrating. And I don't really. Maybe this is maybe this is an Apple Silicon thing, and it's just they haven't worked it out yet. This is really frustrating. Let's see. What if I? Oh, look at that. Okay. Hey, look at that. I found a way. And I also discovered that I've got like apparently a gap down here. I wonder why that is. Let's see. That fix it. Oh, that fixed it. Good. And that's still working up there. Good. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's see. Let's think about a storyboard. Storyboard. What's this? It's not the one I usually work with. I usually use this framework here. This is just stickies, I think. This works fine too, but maybe I'll go with that. I tend to like the framework. Um, it's a little more guided. Um, and you can throw stuff down into different milestones. It's real easy and group them. And that's actually the thing I like. I don't like having to figure out like, oh, I want this in this swim lane and that. I just want to throw it in there. I don't want to have to like muck about with it. And so the stories when you're just using stickies, I do find that that's one of the frustrating things. All right, so let's see. I know um, people get on board, um, and this is going to involve registration, and there might be a confirmation step of like, oh, hey, did you? Let's see. Depending upon how they sign up, like if they come in with a social account, if they use like OAuth or something, then there's not really a confirmation step. But if they use an email, and say they sign up with an email and password, yeah, I mean, we want to confirm that, right? We don't want just crappy email addresses. So we want a confirmation step. And then there's going to be setup, and hmm, they're going to have to. How would we do this? Let's say add um, applications, or let's just say apps. And these are the things that we want to marry together, right? And then let's think about this. So um, let's say let's take a really simple example. Um, the picture I have in my head is this works off webhooks, and we could do we could drive things so many ways. Actually, we could uh, well, and there's going to obviously have to be some APIs involved too, because webhooks are great for receiving data, but they don't work so great for asking things to happen right now. The idea is kind of like what our product does is it listens for events on a box office and on let's say um, uh, what's a word for Zoom that isn't Zoom? It's oh gosh, let's see. Any no chat. I mean, feel free to throw me some words here. Um, it's video conferencing. Um, let's use that word for now. That's better. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Okay, that's a good place to start. Okay, so our box office and our video conferencing tool, um, we may work with them directly. I might go over to my box office and add an event, and I might go over to my video conferencing tool and add an event. And it's interesting, like I gotta put the same data in twice. It's not two different things. Why do I have to do that? And so, um, even before we get to sign up, I think there's some opportunities for improvement here. Like, um, I really like when I go to my box office. However I do it, and actually, I think I should get to choose. Right, like that'd be nice. Um, then I go to my box office and I create an event, and then it just knows like, oh well, when I say I want an online event, then this is what I do. Maybe it's not an online event, right? Wow, if it's not an online event, I probably don't need a Zoom meeting for it, right? I'm talking out loud right now, just thinking like, so I need to um, let's see. So what I'm talking about is I'm talking about webhooks for incoming data, right? And I know that I'm going to have I found another word I can't spell right the first time. It's webhook. The other one is update. Oh wow. Um, for box office and set up webhook for video Okay. Okay, so set up webhooks, and then the other thing I need to do is I'm gonna have API setups, right? So I gotta set up APIs. Um, um, and um, I'm also gonna yeah, say set up um, API for box office. Blah blah blah. And set up API for video conference. But this isn't like I don't have to have both of these at the same time. In fact, really what I want to think about is like, should one of these set up the other? You know, like, I guess really the simplest thing we could do is, and I'm thinking safe in here as well. Like, it'd be nice if the data came in and I got we're at 21 minutes. I'm still going to keep this at 30 minutes. Um, I may share a little bit more, but um, I'll put at least 30 minutes on here, and you kind of see where I'm going. But this is I'm gonna work on this, so I'll figure out whether I want to share more. Um, anyway, we got 9 minutes, so um, the safest thing I could do is have the data come in and put it under user control of I want to um, I want to set up this. I want to set the mapping up this way, right? Like I want to, well, user registration. I mean, why would you have the box office if you're registering in Zoom, right? So let's start with registration happening in the, yeah, we'll do it like that. We'll make you create both of them by hand. And so, and what we'll do is, this will be a later thing. Because the only reason we need the API for the box office is if we're automating that, right? And there's a lot of there's tons we could do right here. Um, let's see. This is gonna be and this will actually help us do confirmation. Actually, I'm not sure what these stories are. Um, okay, so after we set stuff up, then um, let's see. The next thing we have is we're processing live events. Uh, processing um, I tell you, I can't spell webhook. Okay, let's see. So, well, that's really the task. Um, is it save or is it sync? Let's just say save. And we want to save our I don't like him to say video conference. Blah blah blah. I don't like this other the either the words don't seem right to me. but I can't really bother about that because, um, so what I'm really struggling with right now is words, right? When you start something new, you want to build a thing called an ubiquitous language as you go around, as you go along. You'll see this abbreviated UL, um, and but you start it with the project and you evolve it with the project, right? And the thing is, like you tried words on, well, okay. So if I had a domain expert that I was working with, I would start with the language that they gave me, right? And we would say, okay, well, this is our starting point for our language, and we would document that to say these are the words that we want to use, and everybody use those words. Some of them won't fit exactly, and so we will collaborate, the development team and the experts, the domain experts will collaborate and come up with a way to talk about it, that whatever it is, so that everybody can agree on it and everybody will use that word. And that word should be used in spoken and written communication. It should be used in all your code too. So what you see me struggling with here is how I want to talk about this meeting tool, right? The video conference tool. And I don't know. I will come up with something. I just have to. I know. I just have to live with it. And I'm impatient sometimes about things like names, but it's cool. Okay. So we got to set up the webhooks and the APIs, and then we're processing the data as it comes in, and then um, 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 yeah, and then mm, so this isn't just setup. This is setup data providers. I hate that. That's not right. And then what we have is um, we're going to process their data. We're save it, and then the next thing that we have is um, and this is a different. This is a provider setup. Now we have potentially. Well, in the beginning, because we're putting this in up to the user. The user is going to set up um, uh, set up a trigger, and let's just say trigger and delegation. Um, and what we said is that we're going to do this in a specific way, and that's why we're not um, bothering with the box office API right now. So yeah, okay. So um, what's going on here is, and I hate these names. Um, these aren't two tasks actually. Um, um, Stop that. What did you do that for? Um, let's say trigger and so what does this look like? Well, let's put a story in here, something to help us like stop making this hand wavy. So uh, add event registrant to meeting. That's what we're talking about here. Uh, hey, I do have a YouTube channel. It's you see the craftsmanship counts. It's YouTube slash at craftsmanship counts. Yeah. Um, and in fact, these videos will go up there. So that'll be where this stuff lives longer. Yeah. Great to see you. Thanks for saying something, Surya. One Surya. Um, sorry. Oh, I'm now connected with Emily Beige on LinkedIn. If you don't know who she is, you should. There's a lot of she does a lot of great work for helping people learn, and she's just awesome. She's a great technical coach. Okay, trigger delegation to meeting, and let's see. I think this is a really good start, right? Like, um, this is a really good start. And instead of just like making me pick stuff, like I should be able to like, well, I mean, let's get real. The first API call is going to be very hard coded, right? Probably, but I should be able to choose like however I want to send that data across. Um, and so, wait, yes, I should be able to choose. I can't choose that. I shouldn't. Certain things I don't think I should have to choose, right? Like, well, let's see. Like, maybe the event date and the meeting date. Like, gosh, if I see something like that, maybe that's the right fields to line up. So I want to make some intelligent guesses, but in the beginning, I'll probably make myself. I don't know, man, which way to go. I think for the very initial, before I try to share this out with anybody, that for me, maybe the first one is hard coded, and then we could go from that um, uh, to making it configurable. Seems like probably a way to go. Registration confirmation. Let's see. This is confirm email if confirm email for password credentials. That's going to be a story. Save box office data. So save Ticket Taylor data. Yeah. Save Zoom data. Okay. Simple for me. Okay, makes this makes some sense to me. Okay, I don't know what else we've got right now. This is really the thing. All right. Yeah. Okay. Um. I think that's a good start. We're at about 35 minutes. Um. Yeah, I started this really angsty. Sorry about that. And kind of I don't know what you think about this. This is me just, really just trying to think through what is it I'm building. And I think, this MVP, I'd actually call this, yeah, no, it's probably is an MVP for me, actually. Uh, I wonder if I can make this smaller. What can I do to make this smaller? I'm gonna have to put some thought in that. I'd really like to make this smaller. I don't know that I can do all that today. I was hoping to, but that's okay because you'll want to see how I'm doing. So I guess we'll check in tomorrow, right? I all right. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm supposed to keep these in about 30-minute increments. Um, uh, Thanks for coming by again. My name's Eddie Bush with Craftsmanship Counts. If you haven't been here before, you like what's going on, you can follow or subscribe. And, if you like the video, you can like the video. And it'll help me understand what you are liking and what you don't like. If you give it a thumbs down, for example, then you probably don't like that one so much. And really appreciate you talking to me. It's great to see you, Surya. I hope you come by again. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.